बंगाल में भी बीजेपी की विजय का जश्न होगा। मिठाई भी बटेगी और झालमुरी भी बांटी जाएगी। पाल्टानो दोरकार, पाल्टानो दोरकार। टीएमसी से न मां बची, न माटी, और मानुष तो त्राही त्राही कर रहा है।
फिर मिलेंगे राहे गुलशन तो फूल खिलेंगे, और जो फूल खिलेंगे और रहा तृणमूल तो फिर मिलेंगे।
Viewers, what you just watched sums up the West Bengal story today. West Bengal has delivered one of the most dramatic political verdicts in India's recent history. But before we analyze this landmark mandate, we must remember the human cost that brought us here. Remember the name Trilochan Mahto, a 24-year-old BJP worker from Purulia. His picture on your screen. In 2018, he was found hanging from a tree. The white shirt he was wearing carried a terrifying message written in bold. And I'm quoting, "This is for doing BJP politics from age 18. We have been trying to kill you since the vote. Today, you are dead," unquote. A note at his feet repeated that threat. Viewers, his only crime was working for the BJP in a state where political violence had become routine. Trilochan was not alone. Many others paid with their lives or their dignity. The people in West Bengal have spoken today. In a stunning reversal, the BJP has secured a resounding mandate to form the government in West Bengal. 15 years of TMC rule have come to an end. Voters have rejected what many described as a regime of syndicate, cut money, political intimidation, naked appeasement policies. Viewers, the high turnout confirms the deep desire for change. Poribortan, as the BJP put it. Now let's look at 1952. To the beginning, during India's first general election, Dr. Syama Prasad Mookerjee, the founder of the Jansangh and a proud son of Bengal, won from South Calcutta. His party secured just 2 seats in the state. Mukherjee stood for national unity, cultural pride, and a strong India. He warned against division, demographic threats. For 74 years, viewers, 74 years, that legacy waited. In his 125th birth anniversary year, the party he founded has now conquered the very state that first gave it hope. Prime Minister Modi has led the BJP to this historic victory, turning a long-held dream into political reality. Viewers, this result carries deep strategic and national security implications, significance. As you know, West Bengal shares more than 2,200 kilometers of border with Bangladesh, making it one of the longest and most porous frontiers in the country. For years, concerns over illegal infiltration, demographic change, and border security have dominated debate. We've had so many on this show. A new government in Kolkata that works in close coordination with the centre could mark a major shift in how India secures its eastern front. This verdict, viewers, also buries the long-cherished notion of Bengal exceptionalism. You must have heard that on social media a lot. The belief that this state was, culturally and politically immune to nationalist waves. That myth now lies shattered. Large sections of voters appear to have moved towards issues of cultural identity, development, governance. The left and the Congress have been reduced to the margins. Viewers, Bengal election result is a story of resilience of people like Trilochan Mehto and of a legacy that has travelled from 1952 to 2026. It is also a reminder that no state, no matter how unique its history, can remain untouched when voters demand change.
आज भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता के रूप में मेरे मन में बार बार एक और बात आ रही है और वो बात यह है कि डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी की आत्मा को आज कितनी शांति मिली होगी। उन्होंने जिस सशक्त और समृद्ध बंगाल का सपना देखा था, वो सपना कई दशकों से पूरा होने का इंतजार कर रहा था। आज 4 मई 2026 को बंगाल की जनता ने हम भाजपा कार्यकर्ताओं को वो अवसर दिया है।
Let's open this up. Shehzad Poonawala, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Tushar Gupta, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Rashid Kidwai, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress Party, IP Singh, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Asif Ansari, political analyst, Karan Verma completes this panel. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, what do you make of this verdict?
It's a people's mandate. We all have to accept it. There is nothing other way we can think about. Whatever the processes were there, that can be debated. But it's a people's mandate. People have voted decisively in favor of Bharatiya Janata Party. So we all have to accept it. Nothing more, nothing less. But one thing that needs to be known out here is, you know, when RSS said Mamata Banerjee is our Durga. So the RSS's Durga has successfully handed over West Bengal to the RSS today. That's all I can say. Even Prime Minister Modi in his speech today, he said, "Barso ka sadhna siddhi mein badalti hai." You know, when 1997, 28th of December, when Mamata Banerjee formed her own party, separating herself from the Congress, at the time after that she immediately joined Vajpayee's cabinet.
No, forget all of that. Kamruzaman ji, are you happy that Mamata Banerjee has lost?
No, it's not a question of happy or grieving out here. This is not a wonder match.
Of course, the Congress was campaigning. You wanted to see the end of Mamata Banerjee's rule in West Bengal. That is what Rahul Gandhi did.
Yes, of course. That's the irony of Bengalis out here. What happens when we give a mandate, we gave 34 years of absolute majority to the left. They spoiled the entire state. When came Mamata Banerjee for the last 15 years, the people gave her an astounding majority of 200 plus seats. Now what happened to Bengal, we all know. How intolerance has crept in every level of the field. Whether you are a welfare seeker or whether you are an industrialist, it doesn't matter. Until and unless you grease the palms of the Trinamool Congress, you are not going to get your welfare measures. You are not going to get your industry set up in the state. Now, same thing that Bengalis have done. I can't blame anybody right now, but 200 plus is a mandate that a healthy democracy cannot function. It becomes an absolute majority.
Wow.
That's my viewpoint out here.
200 is not a good sign. I was expecting that much earlier, but you know, it took you some time to get there eventually. यही सुनना चाहता था मैं. सीधा बोल देते सर, आपने पूरा 5 मिनट ले लिया ये बोलने में. You should have just said it. Ashwini ji, आप बोलिए, I support what I just heard.
Pranesh, good evening to you and fellow panelists and your viewers. See, it is not responsibility of Congress party to ensure that TMC wins in Bengal. We as a political party needs to call out any wrongdoing by any government irrespective of the state and irrespective of the party lines. That is what Shri Rahul Gandhi did in past. It is TMC who's supposed to run the government in a fashion that people should have voted for them. So I'm not defending why they lost. What we are looking at right now is what we feel quite bad about is the precedent which is set in Assam rather. a person who mocks our democracy, a person who speak on these radical lines, who speak about the 20, 25, 30% people in the country as इनको नहीं रखेंगे मियाँ के बारे में जो शब्द बोले हेमंत शर्मा, and that person winning with a thumping majority is a serious concern to democracy. I think that is something I am personally worried about. Bengal, we should all respect people's mandate.
200 सीट वो बोल रहे हैं, कमरुज़मान जी आपके सहयोगी हैं, वो कह रहे हैं it's a not very good sign for democracy. इस पे क्या सोचते हैं आप?
लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दिया है मैंडेट. इट इज पीपल्स चॉइस.
वोट चोरी तो नहीं है ना?
वोट चोरी, सी दैट क्वेश्चन, अगर वहां वोट चोरी हुई हो तो टीएमसी वाले बताएंगे. बट इफ यू आस्क मी, even if we win 140 seats out of Kerala, but 140 seats in Kerala, we were not given a clean sheet to election commission because there are 3 states.
Asif Ansari, how do you read the Bengal verdict?
Well, good evening to everyone and the co-panelists, and very much congratulations to all the BJP party. They are going to form their government on the 9th of May, which is the birthday of our Guruji Ravindranath Tagore. Well, I can say only thing that BJP managed to win so much of a seat, and with the help of election commission, that is a win by the election commission, because I am saying this, that 27 lakhs vote which was excluded and is still in the education, and if you see the winning margin, most of the seat is won by the 8,000 of margin or a less than 8,000 margin. So if you divide that 27 lakhs vote within the...
Okay, so this is not BJP's victory, this is vote chori.
This is one of the reason. I am not saying that people have not given the mandate.
What are the other reasons?
There are very different types of dimensions.
What are these dimensions?
People have...
Was there anger against Mamata Banerjee?
The minority vote has been distributed among the CPIM, Congress, and of course,
अंसारी साहब, क्या गुस्सा था ममता बनर्जी सरकार के खिलाफ? गुस्सा था?
देखिए, जिन लोगों को गुस्सा था, जो नाराज होते हैं, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप जिनके साथ हैं आपकी हर मनोकामनाएं पूरी हो जाएंगी. जो चीज नहीं पूरी होती है वो आपके अगेंस्ट पे जाती है. ये नेचुरल ह्यूमन बिहेवियर है और ये हम लोगों ने वोटिंग के इसमें देख लिया.
ओके, लेट्स गेट इन द बीजेपी स्पोक्सपर्सन शहजाद पूनावाला. Were you expecting this? I'm sure you must be expecting this vote chori. 200 is not a good number.
You know, Pranesh, today is a historic day in the lifetime of our democracy. First of all, it is democracy that has won. That 40-50 years we have seen Bengal, every election 40-50 people lose their lives. And this was perhaps the most peaceful election that took place, even though we saw many things that took place in Falta and other places trying to not allow the people to vote. But despite that, we have seen the most peaceful election and the people have delivered their verdict. But rather than accept it gracefully, look at the kind of things being said. Somebody has said that serious concern to democracy. I want to ask that gentleman, is it serious concern to democracy that UDF took the support of Jamaat as said by Pinarayi Vijayan? Is it serious threat to democracy when judicial officers are taken hostage? Is it serious threat to democracy when a tape is put on the BJP symbol during the Falta polls? Is it serious threat to democracy that people are threatened that if you don't vote for TMC, Raktpaat hoga, and the entire buttons of the EVM are marked with scent so that you can smell who has voted for you and who has not voted for you? Is it threat to democracy? Adhir Ranjan thinks it was threat to democracy until so far in West Bengal. So I don't know what part of Adhir Ranjan's statement should I take and what part of Ashwini Kumar's statement I should take, Ashwini G's statement I should take. Secondly, look, I want to now dwell on the larger issues. First of all, this is a big tribute for our founder, Syama Prasad Mookerjee ji. It is also a tribute to Abhijit Sarkar, Devendranath, Uttam Ghosh, Jadhav Sarkar, Manik Moitra, and many other Congress, BJP and left leaders who have been killed in the last 15 years by TMC goons. This is the institutionalization of political violence that had taken place, and today it is ending. And look at the message given by the Prime Minister. Prime Minister has said all people need to come together to build a new Bengal. That is what Suvendu Adhikari is saying. But what is Mamata Banerjee doing? She is still cribbing outside Bhawanipur, saying that I am not going to allow this. This is not a fair victory. You are making me lose deliberately. She is not allowing the counting to go on. So these are called the sore losers of democracy. Finally, Pranesh, on a political point, today 78% of the population of India and 72% of the land mass is coming under the BJP governance model, under NDA governance model. People are willingly accepting the governance model of BJP. Therefore, in Bengal also now, Ang, Bang and Kaling, we have BJP government because they want Prime Minister Modi's Vikas Ki Ganga to flow from Gangotri to right up to this position in Bengal. Also, what we have shown is that we have won the anti-incumbency vote in Bengal, but we have also won the pro-incumbency vote in Assam. It is a hat-trick of victory in Assam. It's a victory in Puducherry on the basis of a pro-incumbency vote. And by the way, Mr. Ashwini, are you going to blame SIR and EVMs in Kerala? Nobody has been blaming SIR and EVMs and election process in Tamil Nadu. There to you're offering support to Vijay कि भाई हम मिलके सरकार बना लेंगे. So India Alliance का भी एक प्रकार से पिंडदान आपने कर दिया. Because it's left मुक्त भारत, it is DMK मुक्त भारत, TMC मुक्त भारत and Indie मुक्त भारत.
Karan, we've had so many debates on Bengal, political violence, you know, the controversy over SIR, vote chori, anti-CA protests, propaganda. What do you make of the mandate today?
You know, primarily, Pranesh, I think it's the victory of the people of Bengal. The fact that they came out in such large numbers, you know, back in the day, I mean, the people in the Bhadralok, as they say, they said they never come out in numbers, they felt threatened, they were the ones who paid taxes but never really bothered to vote that much. Look at the increase in their turnout. In certain areas, 20% jump. So they are the ones who decided that, yes, this time we have to cast our ballot. They chose hope over this fear. And that's what the Prime Minister emphasized time and again. People today have punished bad governance all across. If you look at it, whether it was Tamil Nadu, whether it is in Kerala and here in West Bengal. I mean, our friend here just said कि हर आदमी की इच्छा पूरी नहीं हो सकती. Of course, बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकती. According to him, if people are asking for jobs, 6,700 companies move out of West Bengal in the last 15 years, that's asking for too much. If we ask for conviction in cases of women crimes, that's asking for too much because West Bengal is 35th out of 36. If we ask cases to be taken up for acid attacks, where West Bengal tops the list, that is asking for too much. So this kind of malgovernance and complete insensitivity towards women causes. We saw what happened with the RG Kaur victim's mother. She was booed by these TMC goons, asked to go back. When Mamata said this Hansa Kali rape, oh, it's a love affair that's gone wrong. This kind of insensitivity has been punished by the people of this great state, and that is where I believe also it stresses the fact that those who said, oh, Hindutva doesn't have a place in West Bengal. Hindutva was born in West Bengal. Chandranath Basu is the one who first coined the word Hindutva in 1892, and that's what we are saying. BJP's initial 2-3 seats came from West Bengal. So this entire thing is an outsider, BJP is an outsider, that has been put to the bin today successfully.
We are having some issues, you know, fixing the screen. I want to see all the guests on air. Can we fix the screen quickly, Pawan? We knew that we had 9 people. We must have all guests on screen at all times. Do not run visuals or graphics. Let's keep the screen with the guests. Let's, you know, ensure that our viewers get what we are trying to tell them. Mr. Kidwai, when someone says this 200 number is anti-democratic, what do you say?
Well, I think it's a bit stretch. Today is a day where both the victor and the vanquished, you know, they must thank the voters and, you know, and show some grace and the winner. And people who were in power for 15 years, they should also accept the verdict in all humility, because in a vibrant democracy, you need, you know, the opposition also. If it is worded like this, that, you know, there is a massive mandate, which is very welcoming because people have delivered. Of course, there is a need to, you know, check. And who would do it? It will be the opposition. So we need a vibrant, you know, opposition there also. Both are welcome. Today is not a day to, you know, blame or settle score or talk about issues that have already been settled. So people have given a comprehensive verdict. And this is not, as I've been telling you, that this is not all due to SIR. I have problems with SIR because SIR, you know, deprived some of the genuine voters or not to cast vote. But I always maintain that it should not be looked from the prism of verdict.
That
verdict
is one
different.
thing, sir, but this is, you know, ridiculous for someone to say that this kind of overwhelming mandate should not be celebrated. It's a, you know, it's a cause of concern.
No, a mandate is never a concern because the mandate is given. What is the purpose of democracy? So we are basically negating democracy if we say that we don't accept this verdict in one form or the other.
Maybe Congress has some other definition of democracy.
It's not a question of Congress.
That Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary will tell us in due course. But
see, there is a combination of ego and anti-incumbency that has played role in the downfall of three chief ministers. But if you look at some of the parameters, economic parameters of Tamil Nadu, they were pretty bright. You can say Mamata Banerjee, Trinamool did very little in terms of elevating Bengal as an economic power. But in Tamil Nadu it was happening. In spite of that, people have given a verdict. It's an emotional kind of verdict. But what I'm saying is it needs to be accepted. You can go on analyzing, but today is not a day. Today we must, give full marks to the winner.
But how can the Congress say that, Modi has been able to do what, very few have been able to do? Tushar?
No, I understand where Kamruzaman Chaudhary is coming from. When your party hasn't secured a majority in the Lok Sabha for 42 years, when your party was last elected back to a state government 15 years ago, then this whole notion of a brute absolute majority gifted by the voters can sound a little troubling. But this is the reality. And I'll tell you, 5 years ago, the same magnitude of mandate wasn't troubling to anyone. There was Muslim consolidation, lock, stock, barrel behind Mamata Banerjee. She got 210 odd seats. She won the election against the BJP. Everyone was happy. It was the victory of democracy. But today, all of these people are worried. Why? Because for the first time in India, we have had an election where the Hindu consolidation has been unprecedented. Until this day, we always used to talk about the minority vote being consolidated, the majority vote being divided. But in West Bengal, it's been proven now that if the Hindu vote can consolidate, rally behind a party it wants to, it can actually tilt the direction of the election. And this is what worries Kamruzaman Chaudhary, parties like the Congress, and even some regional parties. Because if the Hindu consolidation also happens, like the minority consolidation happens, what happens in Uttar Pradesh next year?
I'll ask that to Mr. IP Singh, which is why we have him here. इसीलिए बुलाया IP Singh जी आपको गुड इवनिंग. आपने देखा ही होगा नंबर सर. TMC मैं आपको इन्फॉर्म करना चाहता हूं. As we speak, the TMC has conceded. There's a tweet by the official handle of All India Trinamool Congress. It says, "We will bounce back." अब आपको डर लग रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश चुनाव के लिए?
प्रनेश जी, जिस पश्चिम बंगाल की बात आप कर रहे हैं, मैं समझता हूं तमिलनाडु की भी बात करनी चाहिए. वहां भी एंटी इनकम्बेंसी थी. यहां भी वामपंथ करीब 34 इयर्स रहा. उसके बाद 15 वर्ष ममता दीदी की सरकार वहां थी. और शहजाद पूनावाले अभी बता रहे थे हिंसा होती थी. आज पूरे बंगाल में हिंसा हो रही है. मैं तो इनसे कहूंगा कि इनके माध्यम से बीजेपी सबसे पहले पश्चिम बंगाल में जो बीजेपी के लोग वहां हिंसा फैला रहे उसे बीजेपी फौरन रोके. सवाल यही है कि अगर चुनाव आयोग है जिसका दफ्तर बीजेपी के दफ्तर में खुल गया है, जब सर जैसी गतिविधियां चुनाव आयोग करता है, पहले 89 लाख वोट काटे जाते हैं, अल्टीमेटली 62 से 66 लाख लोगों को डिबार कर दिया जाता है. तो एक सोची समझी रणनीति थी. 20,000 करोड़ के आसपास बीजेपी का फंड है. सभी चीफ मिनिस्टर्स को लगाया जाता है. पैसे का दुरुपयोग होता है. लेकिन मैं समझता हूं कि जो कुछ तमिलनाडु में भी हुआ, ये कहीं न कहीं देश को एक सीख देता है. और बीजेपी को जिस पर बहुत गुमान है, उस बीजेपी को मैंने बहुत 29 साल देखा है, करीब से देखा है और समझा है. जो लोग आए हैं, जिनकी बात आप कर रहे हैं मुखर्जी का, उनके और पंडित अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी के सिद्धांत को पूरी तरह बीजेपी भूल गई है. बीजेपी एक तरह से सिर्फ धन दौलत, कैसे पैसा आए, कैसे पैसा बांटा जाए,
आईपी सिंह जी, ये जो एक मिनट, आईपी सिंह जी, आप कह रहे हैं ये जो मैंडेट मिला है वेस्ट बंगाल में, ये धन दौलत से मिला है?
बिल्कुल. आप देखिए चुनाव आयोग का पूरा उसमें योगदान है. मैंने तो आज ट्वीट भी किया था कि बीजेपी.
सर ये भी बता दीजिए हमारे दर्शकों को, जो केरला में कांग्रेस जीती है,
आयोग को बधाई दिया.
जी नहीं, वो सब तो ठीक है आईपी सिंह जी. आईपी सिंह जी, केरला में जो कांग्रेस जीती है वो कैसे जीती है? धन से, दौलत से, किसी और चीज से?
मैं कांग्रेस की बात, कांग्रेस के जो प्रवक्ता हैं वो बताएंगे, लेकिन
और आपके अलायंस पार्टनर हैं क्यों अभी आप
सुन लीजिए, नहीं सुन लीजिए, मैं बोल रहा हूँ। अरे प्रणेश जी, आप तो बहुत ही गंभीर पत्रकार हैं, कभी कभी अवसर भी देते हैं बोलने का। देखिए, वहां कम से कम इतना तो लोकतंत्र बचा है कि कभी वो सत्ता में, कभी वामपंथ सत्ता में आता, कभी कांग्रेस आती है।
तो एक बात बताइए, कांग्रेस जो पहले, नहीं एक मिनट, कांग्रेस ने जो पहले 50 साल, नहीं एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट आईपी सिंह जी, नहीं एक मिनट आईपी सिंह जी, ऐसे बच नहीं सकते आप। फॉर द फर्स्ट 50 years when the Congress was in power, there was no democracy in the country. आप कह रहे केरल में ऐसा इतनी तो लोकतंत्र बची है कि वो चेंज होते रहता है। तो अगर एक पार्टी लगातार इतने 4 डेकेड्स तक, 5 डेकेड्स तक रूल करती है तो डेमोक्रेसी खत्म हो गई है ना।
मैंने कहा ना कि आप देखिए, कम से कम वहां इतना परिवर्तन तो हो रहा है। आप तो
नहीं, तो आप बोल दीजिए ना, मैं आपकी बात मान लूंगा अगर आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब हाँ में देंगे। मैं आप ही का लॉजिक अप्लाई कर रहा हूं।
नहीं ठीक है, वो तो आप ब्रिलियंट
चलिए ठीक है, आप थोड़ा सोचिए, मैं आता हूं आपके पास। आपको मैं 5 मिनट का समय दे रहा हूं, आप सोचिए। यही सवाल फिर से पूछूंगा। डॉक्टर आनंद रंगनाथन इज ऑल्सो watching, listening to all of this. Dr. Ranganathan, sum up the Bengal verdict.
I think it's quite incredible, I have to say this, but at the same time there are 3 or 4 things that we need to consider. One is the massive anti-incumbency that a lot of people fail to notice. And a lot of people fail to notice that because I would say a lot of the headwinds, if I can call them that, Pranesh, were that, look, there's nothing amiss. It's just that David versus Goliath, Didi is standing up to Modi. So irrespective of all the crimes that were happening against women, lawlessness, against the press, journalists were being arrested, activists were being put behind bars, UAPA sanctions were being put. All that went under the carpet because, look, here is Didi standing up to Modi. All that thing formed into what can I say, a kind of a perfect storm. And maybe people missed it in the sense that, yes, people thought Modi is going to give fight to Didi, but people just missed the tsunami. So I think it's not just a result of BJP consolidating, something that started with 2 seats, because let's be honest, 5 years ago also, I mean, they got 77 seats from 2 or 3. But at the same time, they could not breach it. This time round, I think they made very few errors, let's put it that way. And also, a huge anti-incumbency, huge lawlessness.
Let me bring in Shehzad now. Shehzad, you've heard, people say, dhan daulat se jeeti hai, aapne election commission ko saath le liya, etc. I have some data. There were as many as 19 rallies held by the Prime Minister, 2 road shows. Amit Shah held 40 sabhas, road shows. Central leaders, 128 assembly programs, 9 chief ministers were on the ground, 101 sabhas in total. Then 210 assembly seats were identified after 2019, 2021, 2024 election analysis. So a lot of effort went into it. But the opposition thinks it is all money, power and manipulation.
So Pranesh ji, why didn't we use this money part to win the verdict in Kerala and Tamil Nadu also?
सब यहाँ लगा दिया ना, बचा ही नहीं होगा।
वाली अलायंस जीत जाती ना। तो हाँ, this is the kind of foolish arguments that are provided, and when they provide such kind of arguments, they are taking down the legitimacy of their own victory. Point number 1. But I want to ask, one of the persons in that 208, and I'm proudest to say, even more than Suvendu Adhikari's victory, for me, the victory of the Arjikar victim's mother is more important. She has won, Ms. Debnath. Please tell IB Singh कितना पैसा दिया देवनाथ जी ने जीतने के लिए चुनाव. One of the victims of Sandesh खाली रेखा पात्रा has won. बोलिए कितना दाम दिया रेखा पात्रा ने सीट जीतने के लिए? आपको शर्म नहीं आती आईपी सिंह जी? ये जीत जो है ये भारत को बचाने की जीत है. ये बांग्लादेशी जाकर बंगाल को भारत से अलग ना कर दे और अपनी संस्कृति ना थोपे, उसकी जीत है. महिलाओं को 8 बजे के बाहर दुर्गापुर में निकलने का अधिकार की जीत है. और आप बोल रहे कि पैसों के दाम पे जीता है. शर्म आनी चाहिए आईपी सिंह आपको। मैंने कभी आपसे ऐसी बात नहीं की, पर आज मैं कहता हूं जाओ डूब मरो चुल्लू भर पानी में। आप लोग जो है, जो वहां पे सिचुएशन बनी थी डेमोक्रेसी को लेकर, महिलाओं को लेकर,
sentiments are running.
How can Shahjad take high moral grounds on this issue?
सर सुना आपने आईपी सिंह ने क्या कहा?
नहीं, आईपी सिंह की बात नहीं कर रहा
आप ही जवाब दे दीजिए।
मैं शहजाद सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ कि जो इनकी रूल्ड स्टेट है, जो इनकी रूल्ड स्टेट है,
मिस देवनाथ ने कितने पैसे दिए होंगे
आप
चुनाव
देखिए
जीतने
क्राइम
के लिए?
अगेंस्ट वुमेन में राजस्थान,
क्राइम अगेंस्ट वुमेन हर स्टेट में हो रहा है ना।
सब
जवाब तो
क्राइम
दीजिए।
अगेंस्ट
एक
वुमेन
सवाल
जॉब्स की बात
अश्विनी
करो,
जी,
जो
क्यों यहाँ वहाँ घुमा रहे हैं इसको?
जिन ग्राउंड्स पे आप हाई मोरल ग्राउंड्स दे रहे हो भारतीय जनता पार्टी को, जॉब की बात
Let
कर
me
रहे हो।
bring in
अंकिता भंडारी,
Dr.
who can
Joshi.
forget
Dr.
Ankita
Joshi,
Bhandari?
your leader Sanjay Singh has said Trump deployed 50,000 soldiers to fight Iran. Modi deployed 2.5 lakh soldiers to fight Mamata. Was it an election or a circus? ये मैं translated post पढ़ रहा हूँ. I think original हिंदी में है.
Right. So, thank you for having me on this important discussion, Pranesh. It is a time for congratulations and caution for the victors, and time for caution, care, and introspection for the opposition. So I extend my congratulations to Shahzad, who is here, and of course the party of Vijay and UDF down south. So apart from congratulations, why is the time for caution? Because you are setting wrong precedents. What are those precedents? Just one question, if Shahzad can answer in yes or no, because that's the way Shahzad likes it. If those 27 lakh votes are considered valid, let's say 3 months or 6 months down the line, will this election be declared null and void by the Election Commission of India? Yes or no? That's it. And that will explain how it all went. You go through, and arrest the campaign manager, the key,
I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Let him finish. I'll come to you for a response.
Yeah. So and you don't furnish any evidence. So just on the eve of elections, you arrest the IPAC chief, and so it's for everyone to see clearly what has happened in Bengal. Apart from Bengal, what has happened in Assam? If this is the BJP's model, Assam is the state, 10 years BJP's double engine ki sarkar, and Assam still has the highest maternal mortality rate in the country. So if that is the BJP's model, then it is time for caution. Time to pull up your socks, tie your laces, and start working. And why opposition? For opposition, it is of course time for caution, because the BJP's juggernaut, you have to fight very, very carefully. You have to introspect.
That the Congress has put out a post. They say Rahul Gandhi is the only person that can stop this BJP juggernaut.
We have seen that, how efficient is Rahul Gandhi in stopping this juggernaut. So I will not comment upon that. I'm in this program for a more serious discussion, because when you talk about ED, CBI, and the way Chief Election Commissioner has been acting.
So what are you talking about? ED, CBI? Vijay, who was summoned by central agencies, will be the chief minister, sir.
Look, I understand this, and I'm talking about all the 4 states, sir. And that is why I'm saying...
You must elaborate on Tamil Nadu also. How has Vijay won?
Look, I am very, very clear on all this. I have told that it is time for congratulations and caution, because Vijay is the first one, and he has understood. He was not put behind bars. Now, apart from Louis Berger's scams...
so Mamata Banerjee was not jailed, right?
Hold on.
No, 1 minute. You're saying Vijay was not put behind bars. Mamata was not jailed either.
To complete my point, and then you can counter me, and I'll answer each and every question of yours. The only thing is this, that apart from Sharda chit fund scam accused and Louis Berger chit fund scam accused, both these are accused, and where the investigation is moved, we all know that, and that is why I'm mentioning Enforcement Directorate and CBI in this. So Arvind Kejriwal ji, when he campaigned for Mamata Banerjee, has said very
Arvind
clearly,
Kejriwal ji also went to Tamil Nadu, campaigned for Chief Minister Stalin. He's lost the seat. So you'll have to come up with a more cogent argument. But let's get a response from Shahzad to that specific question. Karan Tushar, coming to you after this.
The irony of the situation is that a person on his party who gets less than nota in most states is lecturing people of Assam on what they should vote on. So again, you will get nota se kam vote, but people of Assam has to listen to lecture of Piyush Joshi on what is the right version and right way to vote. Probably they did not vote for a person who comes drunk in the assembly. That is the fault of Himanta Biswa Sarma, that he has more diet coke and less of intoxicants. Maybe that model we should change. Huh? Secondly, he is saying that vendetta politics. Just now, last 1 week, Sandeep Pathak left the party, and after that immediately 2 FIRs have sprung up on him. Which were there before or not, I don't know, because if they were there before, why was he in the party? And if they were not there before, that means you have directed those FIRs only after he left your party, and that party is lecturing us on vendetta politics. But again, I want to ask just one question, because he asked me yes or no question about the 27 lakh votes. Mr. Piyush Joshi, now you tell me yes or no, Supreme Court pe bharosa hai? Supreme Court ne bola ki carry on with the election. So are you saying Supreme Court was also part of this entire paraphernalia to make Mamata Banerjee lose?
Okay.
Only Piyush Joshi and Kejriwal can question the Supreme Court because they've questioned
Dr.
the High
Joshi,
Court
quick answer.
already.
Just a quick counter, Pranesh. Shahzad, your party did lost deposits over last 50 years in many of the states. It has contested elections.
Yeah, but they never said vote
status?
chori, sir. That's the difference. And that is really the problem. That the... क्या हुआ सर?
नहीं थी ऐसे इलेक्शन कमीशन
बूथ चोरी हो जाती थी वहां से बैलेट बक्स से ले जाते थे
इलेक्शन कमीशन कोलूड नहीं करता था
रूलिंग नहीं करता था ऐसे नवीन चावला कोई था नहीं
होती थी जो भी
कुछ नहीं होता था पहले तो सब डेमोक्रेटिक मैंडेट था
करण और बीजेपी का हेडक्वार्टर एक जगह नहीं होता था एक स्टैंप नहीं मिलती थी बीजेपी की इलेक्शन कमीशन के एनवलप पे
Piyush ji did not answer on the ridiculous statement made by Sanjay Singh today that how is so much of force being deployed. He doesn't know. Back in the 70s, in fact, there's a very famous cartoon, the Common Man cartoon of R.K. Lakshman, where he shows battalions and tanks coming out of Bengal and people are saying, is it a war? And he's saying, no, there's an election happening there. That's the kind of deployment we had. And look at them. Look how cynical these people are. For the first time in West Bengal, we've had a violence-free election, pretty much a violence-free election. Instead of applauding the agencies involved, instead of applauding the CAPF and the Election Commission, they are trying to run down the entire process. Then they say, why are we called anti-nationals? I mean, we should celebrate the fact that for the first time, we've had a peaceful election. It had become a running joke. It was almost normalized. People had become insensitive to the point of being numb that, oh, violence is normal in West Bengal. It's not happened this time. And then Sanjay Singh has the guts to say all this. Absolutely shameful.
देखिए अश्वनी जी की मैं बात सुनता हूं तो ऐसा लगता है कांग्रेस कुछ अलग ही हवा में है और इनका लीडर अलग ही हवाई यात्रा पे है क्योंकि वो इंडिया में तो मिलते नहीं है जब रिजल्ट घोषित होने होते हैं वो इंडिया से बाहर होते हैं पर आज वेस्ट बंगाल के इस रिजल्ट के बाद इंडिया अलायंस भी कहीं ना कहीं खत्म हो चुकी है यहां पीयूष जोशी जी बैठे हैं वो कहते हैं मैं राहुल गांधी को सीरियसली नहीं लेता आरजेडी को हरा चुके हैं टीएमसी हार चुकी है आम आदमी पार्टी दिल्ली में हार चुकी है अगले साल पंजाब में कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी आमने सामने होंगे तो किस तरह की अलायंस है आज इनकी खुद की अलायंस एक टैटरिंग सिचुएशन में आ चुकी है एक डिस्ट्रॉयड सिचुएशन में आ चुकी है और इनको बहाना क्या मिलता है वोट चोरी हो गया ईडीआई आ गया सीबीआई आ गया अरविंद केजरीवाल खुद अपना केस आर्ग्यू गए थे कोर्ट में क्या हुआ जज के सामने उन्होंने अपनी दलील रखी दैट वाज डिसमिस्ड अब आपको अब क्रांतिकारी भी बनना है आपको जज भी बनना है आपको एग्जीक्यूशनर भी बनना है फिर आपकी अलायंस नहीं फिट बैठती तो आपको इलेक्शन भी हारना है फिर घूम फिर के आपको सब ब्लेम करना है सिस्टम पे
You are also doing the same thing. You are my friend, but see, this is not a day for name calling. A verdict has been given, and verdict has been very comprehensive.
No,
not only in Bengal.
Questioning the verdict. It's the Congress. It's the Congress questioning the verdict. We are not questioning the verdict. We are respecting the verdict in Kerala also. We are respecting the verdict in Tamil Nadu also.
I am saying voters have given something for everyone. There is 3 chief ministers have been unseated. The Congress has won very comprehensively in. I mean,
but the Congress doesn't believe in it.
Precisely. So the opposition, actually, the opposition is in a bit of a desert, and let me explain why. Because they were not there in there was no India alliance in state there is no India alliance. All India alliance partners have been on record to say there is no state-wise India alliance. India alliance was there in 2024. I was telling you I have a whole history. I don't want to take much time. See, the alliances are formed.
Okay.
Birth is announced. The death is never announced.
Okay.
So India
Mamata
alliance
Banerjee has responded. She is saying that this is because of vote loot. And we will bounce back. This is BJP's immoral victory. Now, Dr. Ranganathan, Vijay, let's talk about him. What do you make of the result in Tamil Nadu?
So I think the bottom line, ironically, is that Rahul might come out stronger because the opposition to Modi has dwindled, but at the same time, the opposition to Rahul also has dwindled, you know. So it might be well, haven't we exhausted ourselves, you know, with words to tell them, look, they're not going to change. You already have seen they're saying this is the death of constitutional democracy. Well, tell that to Vijay then. You know, tell that to, you know, the Congress allies, the UDF in Kerala. Is this the death of constitutional democracy? But you can never win because, you know, they'll always say, look, BJP, Modi lets you win a couple of states. I saw a couple of tweets that said this. Look, you know, they win the major ones through hook or by crook, and they let you win a couple of states. So this is what has happened, and people must come onto the streets and all that. Basically, you know, now the secret is out in the open. They are all anarchists and leftists, hateful people who never believed in democracy, who always believe that, you know, it's their right to win and rule over.
Dr. Ranganathan, since you've spoken of Vijay, you know, why don't you tell us what is your assessment of this mandate against the DMK? Because, you know, we've had debates here on our channel. You know, you were part of one such debate. Shehzad was there, and something happened.
Dr. Ranganathan is looking for a role.
Sir, कोई बात नहीं, अब जवाब तो ले लेते.
No, I don't think so. Let's be very charitable. But before I do that, can I laugh for about a minute, Pranesh?
Please.
Will you join me in laughing? Sorry, I couldn't help it. Those memories keep flooding back. I hope you remember. It was on your show, wasn't it? I'm sorry, I'm trying, but I cannot imitate that wonderful laughter. No, but this is not to pile on agony upon agony upon the DMK. I wish them all the very best, especially my good friend Sarvanan. But the fact is, it is arrogance plus ignorance and a Molotov cocktail of both that has led to this cataclysmic error. That has to be said.
Okay, talking of, you know, the laughter, Vijay has had the last laugh, and that is really something. We've completely run out of time, Tushar. I'm really sorry. Don't even have a second. The news are with Navita Kumar on the other side.